Patricia Ross. Welcome to Passion Time. I'm here with Sandra Fernandez. Sandra is the founder of Big Oak Tree Media. Well, that kind of makes sense here in Houston, right? We have a lot of oak trees. But Sandra is very well known as a social media guru here in Houston. And today we're going to pick her brain about social media and how she found this passion. So, Sandra, welcome.
Thank you.
But tell me, how did you find your passion and how are you living your passion?
Well, I started out in PR. Big Oak Tree Media. We are a public relations Hispanic marketing firm that we also provide social media services for our clients. My co-founder and I, Juana Lanis and I, both of us are very big advocates on using social media. If you look through our backgrounds, we've worked for agencies, we've worked for, telecom and national brands and other stuff. We're bloggers, we understand the topic. But one of the other things is, I started doing social media when I used to work at the library. And one of my things was I had to find ways to reach our audiences for as little money as possible.
Right.
As little money as possible. When social media first started, we tried to figure it out, and when I was there at Houston Public Library, we were one of the top 10, we were the second most followed public library in the country.
Wow.
So that was, that was way back when, but it afforded me a lot of opportunities to learn on the job. When social media started, especially even now, a lot of it is trial and error, and some of it is learning from people who are doing it, who will teach you how to do it better.
Right. Well, and let's start with social media. I'm a dinosaur. We know.
No, you're not.
We know that young people know a lot more about this than we do. But there are certain things that you shared with me that's key if you want to start getting followers or promoting your business or promoting yourself or whatever. And you talked about strategy. Share with me. Let's say I want to start my own social media campaign. What's some of the first things you need to do?
Well, first of all, let's take a step back. Social media, the word is social. It's so that you can go out and you can build relationships. Are you using social for personal reasons or are you using it for business reasons? Let's talk Facebook, because Facebook is the 500-pound gorilla. Facebook will require that you have a personal login before they will let you create a business page. So let's talk about using Facebook or Twitter or Instagram or anything for business purposes. The first thing you have to know is, what are you trying to do? We have to be on social media is not really a good enough reason. What are you trying to do? Are you trying to build more brand love? Are you trying to convey news to the people who are already your clients? Are you trying to get new clients? Are you trying to launch a new product, a new logo, a new brand? What is it you're trying to do? And you have to usually understand what you're trying to do, because this is going to help you make decisions about how frequently do you post? What kind of tone do you use? Are you going to use more images and videos than just text with links? What's your value in what you're posting to the people who are following you? Most people are not going to follow you so you can sell to them. They're going to follow you because
They like you.
Well, they like you, yes, but what are you giving them? You're entertaining them. You're giving them more information about a product or a brand or a service that they absolutely love. You're providing them with information that they find valuable. Most people, most businesses, the strategy that they have, that they find to be effective, is to provide one portion of information about who they are and what they do, and then to also provide them other relevant info. So for example, if you were a personal trainer, and you were saying, oh, come by and use our services,
Right.
well, that's not enough.
Right.
So another effective message might be, it's 10 a.m., it's time to stand up and stretch. Or, have you had your 4 glasses of water today yet? Or something like
sort
that.
Of tips where you're doing something for free. Right?
Well, you're providing value.
Right,
Yes,
value,
you're providing value. More important than how many people are following you and how many people see your message, the reach or the impressions, is how many people are actually engaging with or interacting with the content that you're putting out there.
Right. If you don't get, nobody responds to your
Yes.
your message, then. Now let's talk about what seems to be. You've mentioned before that, for example, you have Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, but you said focus on one first.
Yes.
Why is that?
Well, most businesses, most entrepreneurs, one of the things that is at the biggest premium is time and effort. So it is a better strategy to pick one or two and focus on those and do them really well than to try and do 5 or 7 and not really succeed. So what I normally tell people is if they can't commit to 2, start with 1. Do 1, learn all about it, go in and start using it effectively, and then add another. Most people will start with Facebook or Twitter. It's going to depend on your audience. Twitter still has really good value for certain types of audiences and in certain industries, not for everybody. So it's always going to depend. Everybody always starts with Facebook. But if you've got a very visual company, product, whatever, Pinterest or Instagram might be a better place to start. If the clients that you're going for or the people that are in your desired audience are mostly business professionals, LinkedIn actually might be your better bet for the first one. So you have to learn a little bit about who you're trying to talk to so you can fit it with the type of social media.
Right?
Yes. So for example, if you were trying to reach a young adult crowd, Facebook is actually no longer the desired channel for that. It would be Snapchat or Instagram.
Yeah, that's interesting because I do believe it used to be that Facebook was for young people, and now you can tell because the maturity level of the people the discussions that are taking place in Facebook are totally different from the discussions maybe on Instagram, or Instagram doesn't have a lot of discussion, but yeah, it's very interesting that it's changing. The age groups are changing.
Facebook is a really great channel to use if you're going for an older audience these days, because at some point the grandpas and the grandmas all joined because they wanted to keep up with the kids, the grandkids, yes, and then they stopped posting. I'm going to tell you that my mother is on Snapchat because that's the only way she can keep up with the grandkids. She doesn't post, she lurks.
Oh my gosh, that's so true. You mentioned also the Twitter. Now you said there's certain reasons why you would want to use Twitter and some that are not, For example, right now the president is using Twitter all the time, and it's on the news every day now because he's twittering every day. What kind of person should be using Twitter, and for what purpose?
Well, there's certain Twitter is still one of the
for celebrities.
Well, but Twitter is still one of the largest social media channels out there, and I'm a huge fan because of everything that we've just discussed. Twitter is the one that gives you the most ability to connect with people who are not in any of your networks or are not friends with your friends, and etc. If you use hashtags and keywords effectively, Twitter will let you connect with people that you have never met, all on a related topic. So Twitter is really, really great. The other reasons why you would want to use Twitter. Legal and medical professions, industries are huge with Twitter. Tweet chats, because they still work really well. Google indexes Twitter. Search engines index Twitter. So if you're posting stuff on Twitter, there's a good chance that it will show up in a search index if somebody does a search. And I'm going to tell you this as someone who works, news reporters and media outlets love, love, love Twitter. And so if you're trying to put information out there and connect with and build relationships with reporters, Twitter is still one of the most effective social media tools that there are.
What about Instagram? I understand Instagram is more for pictures and pretty, little quotes, and Instagram is more for young people.
Well, Instagram tends to index higher for minorities and for younger audiences. So Hispanics are huge Instagram users. If you were trying to target a Hispanic audience, Instagram is one of the places that I would tell you to go and use. But one of the things that most people see as a lacking in Instagram is you can't embed a link in an Instagram post. But I know people, I know businesses that they've built their entire business on nothing but Instagram messaging because it's very engaging and there's specific ways to engage with their audiences. It's one of the biggest out there, yes. It is all about the images, but it's also all about the hashtags. They now also, they're in direct competition with Snapchat. So they've launched Instagram stories and they're launching new features all the time that let you interact with people in a more private and immediate manner than they used to. But yeah, Instagram, I've got friends who are experts in Instagram. And if you want to build a really great Instagram account, you really have to be a little more strategic about the types of photos that you're posting and even pick a color scheme. Like if you pick a color scheme, because different colors appeal to different people, it's a psychological thing. There's a lot of science behind this stuff.
All right. Well, Sandra Fernandez, thank you so much for sharing all this information. And of course, you also have a social media company. If people are interested in getting more information, they should contact you on
Absolutely.
Big Oak Tree.
BigOakTreeMedia.com.
All right. Thank you so much. It's great to have you. And we'll see you next time on Passion Time.